Good evening, my dear friends. My name is Gadi. Please enjoy yourselves. And in today's What's in My Battle Box, we're going to be looking at the team that I used in the June International Challenge. I know it has been a long time ago since the tournament was held, but I thought I would get this out anyway because I really wanted to post this team because I think it's really good. Anyway, here is the history how the components came together from the team. On the left you can see the team, on the right you can see the threats that they try to patch up. Left you can see, on the top left you can see Thundurus and Swampert, which are the cornerstone of my team. I really wanted to use Swampert, but I wanted to use it without the Pelipper or Politoed lead, because double water, I think it's just too not nice, I guess. I just didn't like it. And I was looking for manual rain setters, and Thundurus was probably the best. I guess you could argue that Tornadoes is better because it handles grass types way better. However, I wanted to use Thundurus because Thundurus hasn't seen a lot of play recently, and I think it's really a shame why. Because it's just outclassed by Tapu Koko, and although Thundurus was used defensively and Thunder Wave has gotten a huge nerf as a speed control option, yeah, I think it's kind of a shame that Thundurus doesn't get used on, and I really wanted to use underrated threats on this team. So Thundurus and Swampert are really good setup. I think alas they lose against grass types and Rotom Wash, so that's why I used first Latias as a means to mitigate those threats. Psychic hits Amoonguss and Venusaur for huge damage, and Latias walls Tapu Bulu, dishes out damage against against Tapu Bulu with Psychic, unless it is Assault Vested, so then it doesn't really do that well, but that's why I have Volcarona, which deals with Tapu Bulu a little better, also deals with Venusaur and Amoonguss. These two Pokemon are basically here to beat grass types. And Rotom W is beaten by Latias because the Rotom W can't really hurt Latias, and my lovely Volcarona is running Giga Drain simply for water types that are otherwise would wall my first two Pokemon. Gastrodon is also on the list, but it didn't fit the screen anymore. Well, it would have, but I didn't want to have it on the screen. Anyway, now as you can see, the first are Thundurus, Latias, and Volcarona, they all lose to Tyranitar, so I really wanted to fit in a Pokemon that beats Tyranitar 100% of the time, and I came up with Scrafty. At the same time, Scrafty also beats Trick Room, which is signified by Cresselia, because I can taunt with Scrafty, I can fake out with Scrafty, I can knock off the Barry, and then attack with my last Pokemon, which is Aegislash, and do some huge damage. Aegislash also is here because my other 5 Pokemon kind of lose against Tapu Lele if I don't get my Z move with what's it called? Thundurus off. Also Tapu Lele is a threat because Psychic is just such a good type, and especially combined with Moonblast, there's not much else I can do. So Aegislash really I have to bring if there is a Tapu Lele on the team. I really have to bring Aegislash and maneuver around Aegislash. And maneuver my Aegislash smartly to not lose against obvious fire types or ground type attacks. So this is the basic idea of the team, or how the components came together. Let's have a look, an in-depth view at the movesets and EV spreads. Let's have a first look at Swampert, because it's the cornerstone of the team. It's a Mega. It has the ability Swift Swim, level 50, of course, because we are using VGC rules. It has 116 HP in EVs and 252 attack with an adamant nature, 140 speed EVs. You don't really need max speed, so I took out a little bit of speed and put it into HP to enhance the bulk, which is already really good from Swampert. Yeah. The attacks are quite self-explanatory now. I decided to run Ice Punch over a fighting type attack in Superpower because I really wanted to beat Salaman's Mega, which otherwise would kind of be threatening to my rain setup. Although I do have Latias with Icy Wind, I really wanted to run Ice Punch on Swampert to just get it out of the way, outspeed it, get it out of the way. Also, Ice Punch is really good against Landorus Darien if I'm outside of rain or something like that. Also, I think the threat of Tyranitar wasn't that big that I really needed to run Superpower. Also, I already had a Superpower or a fighting type attack on Scrofty, so I didn't really need another fighting type attack. Now on the other hand though, Thundurus Eye has a grass type attack which is repeated on another mon, but which we will later talk about, because grass type attacks I think are really underrated in today's metagame, or in the metagame of the past, because no, actually grass type attacks are really in general really underrated for some reason. Like, I don't know why, but grass is really good if it's on a coverage mon and not stab, I guess. It's kind of like ice, but we'll have a discussion about this in another video, I guess. So let's first talk about Thundurus. It has the item Electrium Z, runs the ability Prankster because it's the only one that is available. Yeah, I have 252 special attack and 252 speed EVs with a timid nature. I actually really wanted to attack first with Thundurus, so, and this is one of my special sweepers. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of sweepers on my team, and Scrofty and Egg-Slash are kind of the defensive backbone of the team. So yeah, and this team is really, as so many other rain teams, hit fast, hit hard. And yeah, the reason I run Electrium Z on Thundurus, or the Z move on Thundurus, is because I decided to run Thunder on Thundurus and I really wanted to get the one-time attack of Thunder being outside of rain and super effective, or super accurate and super strong. Yeah, that's what Electrium Z allows my Thunder to do, being a move that hits without rain dance, if I'm not able to set rain dance, or if rain dance has expired. Yeah. Grass Knot is here to beat Gastrodon, other Swamperts, Tyranitar, to damage Tyranitar a little, and basically also a variety of other water types that would otherwise not be affected by Thunder, or if they have a, what's it called, Lightning Rod abuser, or not abuser but a Lightning Rod user. Then here the next Pokemon, Latias with a Life Orb. Now it's interesting that I decided to use Latias with Life Orb instead of Latios. Now the reasoning behind this is because I decided to run Icy Wind on Latias as another means of speed control for my Swampert, because even though Swampert in rain is really fast, it's not the fastest. And if just in case some shenanigans happen and I can't really set up Rain Dance, or Rain Dance is expired or changed up, Icy Wind is here as a second offensive speed control option. I didn't want to run Tailwind because only Swampert would really benefit from Tailwind. I mean, Volcarona benefits from its Quiver Dance, Thundurus is faster already, Latias as well, and Scrofty and Egg-Slash aren't even affected by Tailwind because they're that slow. So yeah, I decided to run Icy Wind. And Hidden Power Fire specifically for Kartana, even in rain, Hidden Power Fire with a Life Orb boost knocks it out, so it's a guaranteed way of beating Kartana. If I can't bring my next Pokemon, which is Volcarona. Volcarona is my second option for a fire type attack like to beat Ferrothorns, which kind of threaten my team. Yeah, and also it has Giga Drain to beat Gyrodome, and as I said already, cross type attacks are really underrated on teams in general. Like, there are so many Pokemon that are weak to grass, but grass typing kind of sucks, so I decided to run grass as a coverage attack on my Thundurus and Volcarona, basically, because they're also kind of unexpected. This Volcarona is really bulky, running the Mago Berry, I guess, surviving a lot of different hits. I can't really remember which hits it survives, but trust me, this is a really good EV spread. Also, the 12 speed and timid nature allows it to outspeed one base 130, so aka Aerodactyl and Tapu Koko. Then I can just Heat Wave or Giga Drain respectively, or Giga Drain or Heat Wave respectively, and go from there. Now, how do I set up Quiver Dance? I do it with Scrafty, sending out Fake Out Pressure. Scrafty Safety Goggles. I decided to run Safety Goggles because there would be times where I can't prevent the Trick Room, so I can just switch in Scrafty safely, taunt the Among Us, prevent any Spore shenanigans, and go from there. And counteract the Trick Room with Fake Out Pressure and Knockoff, with knocking off the Pinch Berries. And yeah, Knockoff is just a good move, you should know. Also Drain Punch, because High Jump Kick is kind of risky in a VGC environment. Yeah, no need for Protect because I have Fake Out. I can't really fit Protect on this set. Really can't. Anyway, Egg-Slash is my last Pokemon. This Egg-Slash patches up the whole team, I think. And defensively, I think, especially in combination with Scrafty's Intimidate, Egg-Slash is hard to beat. You almost always have to double target it, because it's just that bulky 115 each defensive stat when it's in shield form. Really amazing. Weakness policy here to boost this damage output, which is quite important because I'm running not that much investment in the offensive stats like attack and special attack. Although I'm running Shadow Ball, Sacred Sword and Shadow Sneak, so I'm really reliant on weakness policy. One thing that is really interesting is I can just set up Rain Dance with Thundurus, and then the Egg-Slash will survive a fire type attack, or I can just Intimidate Incineroars and get Flare Blitzed that way and survive it, and Sacred Sword for a KO on the opposing Incineroar. Alas, some Incineroar survive Sacred Sword, but then you should be able to pick up them with Shadow Sneak if they don't run berries or something. So yeah. Also yeah, Sacred Sword really good coverage move against Tyranitar, which kind of troubled the team a little, at least. Yeah. So let's have another in-depth view on lead options with this team. This is my offensive Rain lead, Swampert and Thundurus. There is not much else to say that I set up Rain and Earthquake or Waterfall, the opposing monsters. That's all that there is. And then if Thunder somehow survives, I can still use Thunder at full force, because I'm in Rain, which is really nice. Yeah. Then here is another offensive lead. I think Thundurus and Latias really patch each other's weaknesses up really well, or at least, and offensively they complement each other really well. As you were able to see on in the history of the team, Thundurus kind of struggles with grass types and grass poison types, and Latias just absolutely beats those Pokemon with Psychic and Hidden Power Fire. So really nice synergy going on there. This is my defensive lead. If I see that my opponent has a Fire type, but the rest of the Pokemon are weak to Egg-Slash, I can set up Rain Dance, activate my Egg-Slash's weakness policy and go from there with a Egg-Slash with doubled special attack. Now this is the last setup I have with Volcarona and Scrafty, which is the second mode, which in a possible best of 3 I would probably be ring to game 2 if I see that my Rain doesn't really beat the opposing Pokemon, or Volcarona beats the Pokemon that beat my Rain lead. Yeah, it's really versatile, this team, I think, definitely. Yeah, there are different modes that I can go back on or rely on. Scrafty and Volcarona is one of them, really good. Intimidate to enhance the bulk of Volcarona, and Volcarona beating fire types because it's a fire type. Really nice synergy going on here. So anyway, what's your opinion on the team? How would you improve the team? Because normally I would now have an improvement section on the for the team on here. How I would improve the team, how I would play it differently. However, the tournament lies back so long, I can't really remember what the weaknesses of the teams are, and yeah, I kind of have to rely on you, what kind of weaknesses you see right off the bat. So yeah, get active in the comment section, please. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you had fun. I know I had my fair share of fun. My name is Glyzkore, or Gotti, please. Enjoy yourselves. Have a nice day. Goodbye.